Hello to everyone and welcome back to this channel. During the weekend, we witnessed the release of this year's Diversity Visa Lottery results, which are actually the DV 2026 results. And at the same time, the latest SEAC data for the DV 2025 program were released. And so in today's video, as I have been doing for a number of months now, I will be sharing with you the highest case number ranges where the scheduling of interviews in the DV 2025 program has reached at your different embassies and consulates. And today we start off in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia, where the highest case number range from the Africa region where the scheduling of interviews has reached remains 42,000 plus case number range. For the Asia region, it remains 8,100 plus, and for the Europe region, it remains 9,800 plus case number range. Libreville, Gabon remains at 41,100 plus. In Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia, the Africa region remains at 34,200 plus, and the Asia region remains at 5,600 plus. Algiers, Algeria remains at 39,000 plus. In London, the UK, the Africa region remains at 39,100 plus. The Asia region remains at 7,400 plus. The Europe region remains at 17,300 plus. And the Oceania region remains at 1,200 plus. Havana, Cuba remains at 2,200 plus. Tbilisi, Georgia remains at 15,900 plus. In Beirut, Lebanon, still no diversity visa interviews have been scheduled. In Tokyo, Japan, the Africa region remains at 20,000 plus, the Asia region remains at 7,800 plus, and the Europe region remains at 16,300 plus. In Ankara, Turkey, the Africa region remains at 12,900 plus, the Asia region remains at 6,600 plus, and the Europe region remains at 9,100 plus. La Paz, Bolivia remains at 2,200 plus. In Yerevan, Armenia, the Asia region remains at 7,600 plus, and the Europe region remains at 15,900 plus. Tirana, Albania remains at 17,200 plus. In Kuwait, the Africa region remains at 34,100 plus, while the Asia region is currently at 7,400 plus. Kinshasa, the DRC remains at 10,100 plus. Rangoon, Burma remains at 7,200 plus. In Manama, Bahrain, the Africa region remains at 29,500 plus. In Amman, Jordan, the Africa region remains at 38,700 plus, and the Asia region remains at 8,200 plus. Harare, Zimbabwe remains at 29,800 plus. Suva, Fiji remains at 1,500 plus. Lilongwe, Malawi remains at 33,800 plus. In New Delhi, India, still no diversity visa interviews have been scheduled. In Djibouti, the Africa region remains at 34,900 plus, and the Asia region remains at 7,900 plus. Cotonou, Benin remains at 34,300 plus. In Lagos, Nigeria, still no diversity visa interviews have been scheduled. Abidjan, Ivory Coast remains at 28,300 plus. In Islamabad, Pakistan, the Asia region has increased to 7,000 plus, while the Europe region remains at 6,100 plus. A reminder that these are the highest case number ranges where interviews have so far been scheduled from as part of the DV 2025 program. We continue with Frankfurt, Germany, and at that embassy, the Africa region remains at 37,700 plus, the Asia region remains at 8,100 plus, The Europe region remains at 17,100 plus, and the Oceania region remains at 500 plus. Luanda, Angola remains at 42,300 plus. In Cairo, Egypt, the Africa region remains at 38,900 plus, and the Asia region remains at 7,400 plus. In Napoli, Italy, the Africa region remains at 31,900 plus, and the Europe region remains at 17,400 plus. Colombo, Sri Lanka remains at 8,100 plus. Dar es Salaam, Tanzania remains at 18,200 plus. Kigali, Rwanda remains at 34,700 plus. Nairobi, Kenya remains at 11,000 plus. In Mumbai, India, the Africa region remains at 40,200 plus, and the Asia region remains at 7,700 plus. In Kathmandu, Nepal, the Africa region remains at 8,300 plus, and the Asia region remains at 7,000 plus. Monrovia, Liberia has increased to 42,400 plus. Lusaka, Zambia remains at 29,400 plus. Yaoundé, Cameroon remains at 36,200 plus. In Doha, Qatar, the Africa region remains at 40,100 plus, and the Asia region remains at 7,800 plus. In Paris, France, the Africa region remains at 42,100 plus, the Asia region remains at 6,700 plus, and the Europe region remains at 17,300 plus. Casablanca, Morocco remains at 20,800 plus. Dakar, Senegal has increased to 26,900 plus. Accra, Ghana remains at 29,800 plus. Johannesburg, South Africa remains at 41,900 plus. In Montreal, Canada, the Africa region remains at 33,300 plus. The Asia region remains at 6,200 plus. The Europe region remains at 15,500 plus, and the Oceania region remains at 1,300 plus. Freetown, Sierra Leone remains at 7,800 plus. Manila, the Philippines remains at 19,400 plus. Lomé, Togo has increased to 35,400 plus. Addis Ababa, Ethiopia remains at 33,200 plus. And finally, in Abu Dhabi, the UAE, the Africa region remains at 15,300 plus. The Asia region remains at 6,800 plus, and the Europe region remains at 4,100 plus case number range. Now, let me make it clear that the interviews that I just spoke about do not concern those who were just selected in the diversity visa lottery. They concern applicants of the ongoing program DV 2025. Having said that, we've come to the end of this video. Thanks for watching it. See you very soon, God willing, in the next one. Goodbye.